discuss political matters with your principal or anything that happens?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And matters relating to his name, conduct, and whatever he does? Yes?
Pardon?
Do you also discuss matters relating to his conduct, his person, wherever they appear, in the constituency or elsewhere?
Yes, we always evaluate ourselves. I evaluate him. He always asks me what has happened, how has been, maybe if we have had a constituency activity, we always engage ourselves and we give report to one another.
Did you evaluate this matter?
I didn't.
Yes?
I didn't evaluate it with him because I felt it was beyond my capacity to evaluate it to him.
Okay, you did not. So you said you sent it to Kauma the following day. Why not that very day?
Yes, I didn't share it that very day because when I talked to Mr. Kauma, he had not loaded the data on his phone. So when I communicated in the morning, he told me I have data, you can share the video.
Oh, he told you don't send it, I have no data to download it.
No.
What happened?
I said the next day morning, he told me that I have loaded the data, you can now share the video with me.
Yes, I was asking on 9th, you discussed on phone and he told you he didn't have that on 9th. Therefore, he told you not to send it.
He didn't tell me anything, but I decided not to send it.
But he requested you in the telephone conversation for you to send it?
Yes, he requested me.
Okay. Do you always discuss political matters with Kinyamatama, the Honorable?
On a rare basis.
On a rare basis, what do you mean?
Rare cases. We don't regularly communicate. Because you said, do you always?
Have you discussed this matter with the Honorable Kinyamatama?
Yes, I met with the Honorable Kinyamatama.
When?
It was last year. I don't remember the date.
What was the discussion all about?
The day I met Kinyamatama, after we had shared this video, she had come to inquire whether I'm the one who shared the video to Kauma, which I accepted and which I had done.
Okay. But for your case, you have never shared it with her. Can you confirm that?
Yes, I've never shared it with her.
Do you know the person who recorded it?
For that specific video, I cannot specify the person who recorded it because at the event there were very many people taking videos, but I just know the person who shared it with me.
And do you know whether the Honorable Javira complained or not, your principal?
Yes, he complained.
Where?
When I communicated to him, he felt like all his reputation was destroyed, especially at the forefront of his voters of Rwamagwa.
No, asking a formal complaint either before this committee or anywhere you are aware of where you complained? You are the PA. Any formal complaint he has ever raised, either going to court or doing whatever, taking any action?
Okay, for the formal complaint, he has not raised any formal complaint.
Okay. So, and you left it at that, you the PA and your superior, you left it at that. You never took any step.
Okay. Now, after Honorable Javia getting the news that the colleague, Honorable Juliet, had filed a complaint, then for him decided to retract from creating another complaint.
Okay. You said you come from Kochi?
Yes, I do come from Kochi.
That is Rakai district?
Yes.
And that's where you vote from?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the Honorable Kinyamatama, because you said the statements you listened in and you were so much concerned and so on and so forth. When you listened to that statement allegedly made by the Honorable Zaake against Honorable Kinyamatama, did you believe the allegations? As a person who votes from Rakai, did you believe the allegation?
Now, since the words were aired out by a colleague member of parliament, to some extent I believed.
Oh, to some extent. But to a certain extent, you did not believe?
Yeah, because it was the first time to hear such a statement.
One part of your heart believed it, the other part did not believe?
Yes.
So in terms of percentage, in terms of what percentage of your heart believed?
I think let's.
Okay,
You consider. I was going to get a ruler, mathematical, and it's okay, proceed.
So you have mixed feelings about it?
Yes, I do have mixed feelings.
Okay, mixed feelings. Do you hate her?
On a personal level, I may not hate her.
Okay. Fine, you may not hate her. Okay. Now, finally, this Henry Mboga, who allegedly shared this video,
yes,
with you. Do you know where he is, where he stays, or where he is, or what? Do you know?
Currently, I may not specify the actual residence, but what I know is a resident of Lukwago, Sambwe County.
Is that where the meeting allegedly took place, where that video footage was recorded from?
The video footage was taken from a playground at Lukwago Town Council.
Lukwago Town Council?
Yes.
Is that his village?
It is not his village, nor his sub-county.
Okay. So did you hear from anyone who attended?
Yes, I've heard from several other friends of ours.
Okay, fine. We leave it at that. No further question, Chair.
Okay, you want to take it? Yes.
This committee set strict timelines and said under all circumstances these proceedings will terminate today. And we programmed ourselves accordingly, Chair. Personally, I had other schedules this week and I had to put off all the matters to make sure that I attend the proceedings. I dedicated this week on that premise that these matters would be handled back to back up to today. And we expected the complainant chair to also exhibit the similar vigilance and commitment to ensure that this matter is disposed of today. Chair, yesterday we were here, there were only 2 witnesses. Today we have only 1 witness. And the complainant on Tuesday did not turn up, and the committee on its own motion or volition, I don't know the reasons, but committee, for one reason or another, was compelled not to sit on Tuesday. Understandably, Chair, probably there were justifiable reasons. I can't fault the committee. And we had to adjust accordingly. So yesterday we were here, today we are here, and we thought the matter would be concluded today. The Honorable Kinyamatama is not here. Yesterday she did not turn up, and she has a duty, much as she has already given her testimony, to mobilize the witnesses to be here. She's not here to give a full account as to why the rest of the witnesses are not here. So the adjournment being suggested by the committee, or the committee is about to make, may be injudicious. It may prejudice us, Chair, and indeed it will prejudice us, the defense, in that we prepared to have this matter concluded today. The unfortunate bit, the whole of next week, because of the schedules the committee made and the commitments I had to make to be here the whole of this week, I had to reschedule what I was supposed to do this week to next week, on that premise that let's have this matter handled decisively within this week. Now, pushing it to next week, it's prejudicing us again, Chair, without even the complainant explaining as to why the witnesses are not here. So, Chair, I would pray, under the circumstances, that you be pleased, Chair, to take a decision to conclude these proceedings today. My client, this is the last issue I'm raising. My client was also scheduled to have, in the earlier communication, we indicated that we had some health issues and were supposed to go for some checkup. And in the response given by the committee sometime about 2 weeks ago, that those were not justifiable reasons, because we had given 3 reasons. We had a matter in the Supreme Court, and another one was about his RFA concerns or issues, and that was not accepted by the committee.
The committee said, come even if you are sick. Could the committee said that?
Well,
really?
Anyway, Chair, I want to conclude
that you're very smart.
Well, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, thank you very much, and Councillor Lukwago, for your cross-examination. Just for clarification, you've been referring to sharing videos. Can you help this committee and tell us the numbers of Kauma, Ronald, Henry, because I'm sure you're sharing on phones, so that maybe, do you have their numbers?
Yes, I have their numbers, and the committee also has, because we have ever submitted.
Okay. They're already on record?
Yes.
Then that's good. And then you asked a question as to whether you hate Honorable Subi, and you said at a personal level, you may not hate her. So, at what level do you hate her? Because you said at personal level, you don't. And then, at what level? Because we want this to be very clear. But what do you mean at personal level? Is there any other level that you may hate her?
I don't know whether we can define levels. I would rather, because we need to be fair to the question.
Yes.
He says, watch that video clip.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Are you familiar with it?
Yes, very familiar.
Very familiar with it.
Yes.
How did you get to be familiar with that video?
Yes, it was on Monday evening of 9th October 2023 at around 6:21 p.m. I received a video recording from a one called Mbuga Henry, a resident of Ramagwa, a colleague to me, and a known NUP supporter.
What do you mean by a colleague to you?
He's my friend because we share some other things together.
So when he shared, did you say he shared it with you?
Yes, he shared it with me via WhatsApp.
Via WhatsApp?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So what?
So when I received that video recording, first of all I downloaded it and watched it. Then I found out that the words were very unpleasing to myself as a personal assistant to Honorable Javira, and as they were destroying the reputation of myself and Honorable Javira together with Honorable Kinyamatama. So I first sat down and thought about whom to share this video with, because it wasn't in my capacity to share that video to my boss, because the wordings and the abuses that were put in that were said by the Honorable Zaake to my boss, Honorable Javira. In fact, each one of us here, even if you are the one and you have your boss and they abuse such words, you can feel incapacitated to share that video to your boss. So I decided to first communicate to the social media handler of Honorable Javira, who is Kauma Stender, and I explained it to him. Then he said, you can share it with me. Then I shared. So from there, it's who shared that video to my boss, Honorable Javira and Honorable Juliet.
Other than those two, who did you share? Did you share it with any other person?
No, I didn't share it with anybody because it was so demeaning to my boss. I couldn't share such a message to anyone.
The only evidence I can hear is he shared the video. I don't think there is anything, or because you see, many of these guys were say, do you assist? This name were given to us by, like Rivers has shared it with the what? The videotape. Yes, don't know.
Brother Ronald, you said you received the video footage on 9th.
Excuse me, Serwanga Ronald, not Serwanda.
Okay, Serwanga Ronald, yes?
Yes.
It was on 9th at 6.
Yes.
You stayed with it throughout the night without sharing it with anyone?
I shared it on that day.
You shared it on that day of 9th? Yes?
Yes, evening.
What time?
Video the next day morning.
I was asking, you stayed with it without sharing it with anyone on 9th?
Yes, I stayed with it.
So you first discussed it with who? On 9th?
I first communicated it to the social media handler of Honorable Javira, that is Kauma Stenda.
By what means?
By a phone call.
What time?
It was around 7, but I never recorded that information.
And you said there are other things you share with the Mbuga Henry.
Yes.
What are those things?
As I come from Kochi, a county of Uganda, and as a Muganda, we have youth committees. So I am part of the youth committee of Kochi, for which Mr. Mbuga Henry is also a member. So we share being a committee members of the youth committee of Kochi.
So you also sit on the youth committee?
Yes.
And you said he's a member of NOP?
Yes.
And for you, you subscribe to a different party. Are you a member of NOP?
I'm not a member of NOP, and I don't subscribe to any party as per now.
Okay. Do you know the reason why the video was shared with you?
I may not know the reason, but I can just think of
They have asked you, do you know the reason? And that presumes yes or no.
No, I don't know.
Okay. And it was not followed with any statement when he shared it with you? Just sent it?
So when he sent the video, he proceeded with a photo. And that photo, it is a photo of Honorable Zaake with a resident of Ramagwa. That person is called Matovu Hassan. So the Honorable Zaake took a photo with a resident of Ramagwa called Matovu Hassan, and that photo was shared with me.
I was asking any statement written on that video or shortly after sending the video. Is there any statement that followed that video from Henry Mbuga?
I don't remember the statement, but it was there.
You don't remember what it was? Okay. And do you know, what reason did you send that video to Kauma Stenda? Why did you send it to him?
First of all, I sent to Kauma Stenda because he's a media handler for my boss, Honorable Javira and Honorable Juliet. So when I communicated to him via phone call, he asked for that video, maybe for him to forward to the bosses.
And you said you found it so demeaning and you couldn't share it with your boss, your principal.
Yes.
And to you, you are not demeaning or defaming your principal by sharing it with the Henry Mbuga? No, Kauma Stenda. Sorry. In your own judgment, you are not defaming him?
So, in my own judgment,
yes.
My bosses trust Kauma. They even trusted him with the authority of posting anything on their social media platforms. So I thought that he has the capacity to explain to them better beyond what I could explain about that video.
If you are students, and this helps you. For example, if you have been invited for an interview at 11, will you be going at 1 o'clock? Or exams? Young men, you need to be quite responsible. Because this is how we end up having students, graduates who don't respect time. And you young people, educated, if you have been invited for a meeting at 11, please go at 11. The reason why I'm saying this, we are your leaders. This is the parliament. But even in other institutions, when they invite you at the time, please go at the time. You can't behave like you didn't go to school, please. And this is not about this committee, but generally that you are being young people, you are at university, please, you need to behave as such. Anyway, can we have them somewhere as we finish up with him? They don't have to be address. Any parliamentary staff, please.
The person who shared with me the video. Then I talked to Matovu Hassani, the one that took a photo with the Honorable Zaake. I also communicated it to the person, I know him by a nickname, is called Mwambala Jini, Lukidi Mwambala Jini, Ruamagwa.
Okay, thank you. Chair, much as the witness had said that he had shared the numbers, maybe for purposes of clarity, you would tell us these numbers.
Okay, I will share the numbers.
You don't have them here? You can begin with the one of Kauma.
Can I read it?
Please.
Kauma Stenda Kayongo, contact 0700 82 7785.
Okay. Ronald. Even himself, we also need his, because they were sharing, there were 3 numbers he was referring to.
Okay. My contact 0781 76 000 3.
Then Henry. Is it Henry?
Henry Buga 0786 54 7831.
Thank you, Chair. That is all.
Maybe another clarification. From the video you watched, from the video clip, how many people can you identify? Who do you know?
Okay, Mr. Chair, first of all, I saw a one called Sango Chigundu Eliab, a NOP coordinator for Lakai district. I also saw Luwaga Patrick, also a NOP youth coordinator for either Lakai or Greater Masaka. I'm very uncertain about the position. I also saw Hassani Plo, sorry, Matovu Hassani. And I also saw a lady called Namtiaba Sylvia, who usually works with the Nupu people in Masaka, and the others.
From the video, can you identify Honorable Zaake in case he was there?
Yes, I can.
But you have not mentioned. Do you still have the WhatsApp messages which you received? Can you share it with us? Or you share them with us?
Okay.
How do you identify Honorable Zaake in that video? How have you identified him in the video clip?
Mr. Chair, I identified Mr. Honorable Zaake by voice and the personal appearance.
Are you a Muganda?
Yes, I'm a Muganda.
Is Honorable Zaake in this room?
Yes.
He's not here. He's not in this room.
He's here.
Where is he?
He's the one putting on a red shirt or truck.
And the chair, before whatever happened, had you known Honorable Zaake? Because you're saying by voice, had you known him before?
Yes, we always know people by either voice and by their physical
Answer
appearance.
the question. We're not asking general questions.
Okay.
Did you know Honorable Zaake before?
Yes, he's a public figure. I know him.
Well, the Honorable Nurubia Mukama, you are most welcome. I think that's all, colleagues. We don't have any more useful questions. Mr. Serwanga?
Serwanga Ronald.
Okay, Mr. Serwanga Ronald, thanks for coming. I would like to assure you that this committee is trying to find out what happened. And we are not a party to your differences between your camps in Rakai or wherever it is. We are just a parliamentary committee investigating whether what allegedly happened infringes on our rules of procedure. That is the major reason why we are here. So thank you for coming, and you are discharged.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. You want to ask a question? To ask a question? You are going to ask the Honorable Lukwago, maybe. There is no witness now, really.
Yes, maybe before he leaves, he has responded that he has the WhatsApp messages shared with him, and he had promised that he would send. Can you do it before you leave?
Bring them here. It doesn't make sequence. No, just leave it as such. We want to be a little bit orderly in how we are doing things. We just leave it as that. I'm sorry, it's not
Excuse me,
yet.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I declared a copy of a screenshot of the chat I shared with Mbuga Henry.
It's not yet here, and if you bring it, then you are subject to cross-examination, and you have been discharged already. I don't know, colleagues, if you intend to recall dispatchable witness for that. However, once you do that, then you open him up again for cross-examination on that issue.
My view is that, well, without us being so legalistic and so on, if he has it, and the council is here, can look at it, and if he feels he can cross-examine him. Because for me, that was the intention of asking him, availing us with the numbers and so on, to confirm that.
To say that our client said he was sick and we said it is unacceptable. Is it unacceptable to fall sick or for somebody to say I'm sick?
The community was not meritorious. It didn't lacked merit.
And I don't think...
That's the way I understood it. If I misconstrued it, I beg for your indulgence.
Please, let us do this. Because we don't want you to insinuate unfairness on the part of the committee.
Chair, what I'm saying is that from the committee. If I misconstrued it, I beg for the excuse. I beg for the excuse, Chair.
I have read this letter again. It never says anything like that. What the letter says, it said, in the said letter you allege that the committee did not consult you before adjourning the matter. The committee takes exception to this allegation. Since the matter in question was adjourned in your presence and at your request, suffice to note that the committee had initially granted you 1 week within which to secure the services of another lawyer to which you objected, requesting for 2 weeks, which the committee granted. It's upon this premises the committee adjourned the proceeding to the 27th of Tuesday, 10 a.m. Additionally, the committee while adjourning the matter informed you that the above date would serve as the last adjournment, except to be ready to proceed until the hearing. Consequently, the committee finds your request for an adjournment based on the need to assemble a legal team to represent you in its proceedings untenable. Regarding your unavailability to attend proceedings of the committee, finds merit and accordingly adjourn. So where is this issue about sickness?
The letter we had written addressed the issue of health.
The reply addresses itself to 2 issues. One, the one it finds itself annexed, she certainly can't even be debated because you had proceeded in the Supreme Court, please. I think it's unfair. And let's proceed really fairly on both sides. To allege unfairness on our part, we take exception, Mr. Honorable Zaake. It is clear the letter speaks for itself. Let us now proceed to the request. So we appreciate that we are given ourselves for 2 weeks to conclude this matter. And the reason the matter has gone on a little bit unnecessarily too long. That's number one. Number two, all the witnesses in these proceedings are our witnesses. They're not your witnesses. That's why we suggest, because this is an inquiry, that's why we suggest that if you have a witness, please let us know and we summon. I've also looked at the rules. There is no rule that requires Honorable Kinyamatama to be here all the time. There is none. There is no rule that requires under our rules. So whether she is here or not for us, we shall proceed. And we have no apologies because she cannot come here except when she has been summoned. And even when she comes here, she has no right to cross-examine your witnesses. Even you may also decide whether you want it or not. And those are our rules. We are not reinventing the wheel. About the timelines we said, yes, they are very strict, but they are not cast in stone. The lawyers say there is what we call a mandatory or what? You know? Yeah, discretion and so on. And that remains within the discretion of the court. We can't, this committee cannot tie our hands that since this, because if there is evidence we know we have not had, we will accommodate, including the Honorable Zaake. If there is any reason he feels for adjournment, he can always apply and we shall get him that opportunity. So this matter is going to be adjourned to Tuesday, unless you have any objection to that date, and give us the date you are available.
Requesting next week is a bit tricky for me, and I don't want to bog down the proceedings. It's a bit tricky.
Are you thinking the whole week?
The whole week, because Chair, what I did is rescheduling